I said I wouldn't revisit this. I'm doing a lot of other videos on other subjects, but I had to return. As you see here, research AI is an amalgamation of all the information on the internet. Danny RPK and others later indicated that Sadie Sink being Rachel Summers was a misdirect. Same thing with Shatra. Who she's gonna play has not yet officially been confirmed at all. The same way her age, look, and demeanor doesn't really reflect Rachel Cole Alves, Punisher's sidekick. Very similar character to Rachel Summers. Older, weary, battle-hardened, veteran persona. So that doesn't make sense either. And you also have to remember that just as much as they want to appeal to the true comic book fans that love deep cuts and Easter eggs and all of those things, they also have to keep a balance of appealing and making sense to a general audience. We forget, these are huge movies. It can't get too convoluted. You're already teetering on the line of being too complicated and convoluted when you have all of this interweaving of multiple universes and quantum physics, let alone to introduce these characters no one's heard of. And if you notice, when they do deep cut characters in Marvel Universe, especially in big movies as such, it'll be a passing cameo. It'll be a small role. Like Boomerang and a couple of other weird side villains from Spider-Man are most likely going to be just quick in a montage of Spider-Man fighting street level villains in the city. It's rarely ever a mainstay or a big name like Sadie Sink to be used for a deep cut character like that. And if you pay close attention to the Spider-Man Brand New Day leaks, you can also see that her rain jacket that she has on is half green, this iconic colored green, very similar, and half yellow. If you look at all the different variations of her costume, the most well-known one, besides this X-Men one, is the green and yellow. And then they thought her pants was camo, and I saw someone else, I wish I remembered their name so I could shout them out, confirm that it actually was a floral pattern that was a goldish yellow to go with the rain jacket that was yellow and green. I still think she's Jean Grey, and I still think that makes the most sense. And as much as it's going to be street level, he's going to realize that the street level problems are distracting him from a bigger problem at hand. And who better to say, hey, wake up, smell the roses, there's something bigger going on, bro. And understand you're saving the neighborhood, friendly neighborhood guy, but something bigger going on. Who better to wake him up to that than Jean Grey? And who better to be the first official reboot X-Men character introduced before they go to the mutant saga after Secret Wars? Who better than Jean Grey? I've already connected the dots and showed the evidence in my previous videos that she's an Omega level mutant, similar to Franklin Richards. Same thing with Shatra, misdirection. I hope that even these trailers are misdirect. That way we're extra surprised when we go to the theaters. Because everybody thinking Doom is gonna collect all of these kids like Pokemon. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's gonna get Franklin Richards because he does that in the comics. It would make sense that he's looking to get Jean Grey. But as far as Scar, Hulk's son, you know what I'm saying, Captain America's son, we don't even know much about which kid he'll have. He had like 4 different kids. Love, I can understand a little bit, but I doubt that's what's gonna happen too. It could be interesting, but I don't really like that idea. So pay close attention to the leak. Her jacket is these colors. Obviously I connected way too many dots. Like I said, I'm gonna move on. If we get an official confirmation, then I'll revisit this if it's worth it. Just as much as I'm excited to see the final send-off and the revisiting of the Fox Universe X-Men, I'm even more excited to see the reboot and how they go about that. So who better? And I'm dropping another episode of my show, so I'm gonna post up a clip of that where I talk about the rumors of the Wolverine project that's coming and how I don't even think that's gonna be Hugh Jackman. I think a lot of people automatically jump to conclusions like they did with thinking she was somebody else. They filed a trademark for using Wolverine in TV and movies recently, so that means Hugh Jackman's coming back. Everybody's spreading rumors, nothing's officially confirmed until Marvel actually confirms it and you do the research to see that they actually did. A lot of scoopers will say things and yeah, they have their percentage of how many times they're right, but it's never 100.